Hello and welcome to the week. The elected government of Omar Abdullah in Jammu and Kashmir is about to complete 2 months in office on December 16. But the signs of strain between Omar Abdullah-led government and Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha are already visible. Yesterday, the Chief Minister made a statement in Jammu while answering the questions of reporters, saying that statehood should be restored to Jammu and Kashmir and dual power centers are unacceptable and it does not benefit anyone. Observers say that Omar and his cabinet ministers have realized that they are feeling constrained in absence of powers that they want to have to come good not only on the election promises and also make an impression on the general public in the Union Territory. In September and October this year, elections were held for the first time in Jammu and Kashmir after the removal of the Article 370, and this election was also the first in 10 years. In that election, the National Conference and the Congress allied, and the two parties won an impressive mandate. However, soon after taking over, Omar tried to reach out to New Delhi, where he met the Prime Minister, the Home Minister, Finance Minister, and also Surface Transport Minister. Omar also presented copies of resolution passed in the cabinet, in the first cabinet meeting, about the restoration of statehood. When he returned back to state to govern, his advice to his council of ministers was that they should focus on governance and they should avoid any kind of confrontation with the LG. Yesterday in Jammu, when he was answering the questions of the reporters on restoration of water and power connection to the Rohingyas, which were cut because there are allegations that the Rohingyas are trying to settle in Jammu, and also they are illegally settling in Jammu to create an impression that these refugees are illegal. So the administration had ordered the severing of power and electric water connection to the localities where the Rohingyas are living on rented plots. However, Omar Abdullah yesterday said that Rohingyas are human beings, that they should not be treated as animals. So in that very interaction with the press, he stressed that statehood should be restored. The signs of strain in Omar Abdullah and Lieutenant Governor are now becoming increasingly visible. There were other issues concerning the transfer of officers. Recently, when Omar Abdullah went to a pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia with some of his party colleagues, the Advocate General of Jammu and Kashmir could not appear before the court, which was hearing a case on new reservation rules in Jammu and Kashmir, challenged by some individuals and activists. The DC Rana, who was asked Omar Abdullah to continue as Advocate General, could not appear before because the governor administration did not allow so. And Omar Abdullah returned back and he found that some transfers have been made of IAS officers and also Jammu and Kashmir administrative officers. He found it strange that the LG has not only transferred IAS officers but also officer who belongs to the Kashmir administrative cadre. In a fit of rage, apparently, the Omar Abdullah administration asked the General Administration Department to attach that particular officer belonging to Kashmir Administrative Service. Last week, in a meeting, Omar Abdullah with his party colleagues, with his MLAs, advised them not to stay calm and avoid any kind of confrontation with the LG administration. He told them that they need to stay calm until the statehood is restored, possibly by March. The MLAs complained that the bureaucrats are not listening to them, and because of which they are not able to deliver, they are not able to address the issues of their people in their constituencies. Now, yesterday, Omar Abdullah has ordered that the 5 ministers in his cabinet, remember Jammu and Kashmir as a union territory can only have 9 ministers and chief minister. There are 5 ministers for now. The cabinet has not been expanded. So Omar Abdullah, what he has done yesterday, has asked these ministers that each minister will look after 4 districts. There are 20 districts in Jammu and Kashmir, and each minister will look after 4 districts. to improve governance and also address the basic needs of Jammu and Kashmir. This is being done because the elected government has realized its limitation and is feeling constrained, because in absence of the power that it wants to come good not only on the promises made to the people and also have some space to govern and make an impression. The central government has committed to the restoration of statehood, but there is no timeline. Remember, Supreme Court has also asked the union government to restore statehood. However, the union government during the Article 370 trial case said that they would restore statehood, but at an appropriate time. There is no timeline for now when the statehood will be restored. So until statehood is restored, the chances of the growing rift between the two power centers, the dual control that the state is, Jammu and Kashmir is witnessing, is only to grow severe. And with Omar Abdullah and his cabinet feeling constrained, feeling squeezed, the possibility of a confrontation growing between these two possible power centers is all the more evident.